Welcome back for lesson 2. This is actually lesson 1.2. We'll get into that as we go through these, but it's going to be a little bit more counting. We're going to be creating groups of objects to match pictures today. This first part, again, is just what we're going to need for the lesson for our parents. We're going to go ahead and get out and this will be something they do at the end, but we're going to go ahead and get our stepping stones, comprehensive mathematics, and this is the student journal. This particular book, you're going to turn to page, I guess it's an orange apple, page 5. It's got this picture right here on it. It says 1.2a up here in the corner. We're going to, again, cut all these things out. These are their pockets. So we're going to count these out. If your student is there, you can have them count it out. If they're not there, again, you can count these or cut these things out for them. It's always better to let them practice with it a little bit. If we need to make drawings and pictures, it's not a problem. But if they're just not to scissors yet, we got plenty of practice coming, so don't worry about that. The other page you're going to need is the shirt. It's page 1.2b. So this is going to be a page that you can just rip out. Easiest way, put the thing down on the table, put your hands down on it. You can't see because this thing is not pointing the right way. So essentially you're just going to lay it down flat, pull the page, pull it out. That way it's not, any work that they do in this is not going to mess up the rest of the book that they're going to need. So that's what you will need for the lesson. You're also going to need what we call counters, and that can be any, and it's not counters like in your kitchen you have a counter, it's things that they can count, and that can be anything that you have sitting around the house. Pennies work really well. We're only going to need 5, so it could be pennies, it could be little glass beads that you put in fish tanks, whatever it is, just 5 things that they can practice counting with when we get to the end of the lesson. So that's the first part. Beep, 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 boop, beep, boop. Beep, boop, beep, boop. Beep, boop, beep, boop, beep. Beep, 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 beep. One little robot standing in a row. 1. Beep. More beep, boop. More burp, 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 beep. Boop, boop, boop. 2 little robots standing in a row. 1, 2. 3 little robots standing in a row. 1, 2, 3. 4 little robots standing in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4. Whoop! Whoop! Whoop, 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 whoop. Whoop, whoop. 5 little robots standing in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Count with me. 5 little robots standing in a row. Say 1. Say 2. Say 3. Say 4. Say 5. And clap, 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 clap. We're robots, so we can't clap. It would just go clang, 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 clang. Good job. Oh, robots, that was wonderful. Such a beautiful rendition and such wonderful singing voices you all have. Thank you, robots, and thank you, students, for counting all the robots and helping them sing and helping them clap, because all they can do is make clanging noises because they're robots. For this next part, we're going to continue to practice our counting skills. We learned about our hand yesterday and how we can use that to help count. Today, we're going to use our counters. So parents, when I asked you to get together 5 counters, anything you can find, if you haven't got a chance, I used robots, I've used dice, I've used fingers. Today, I'm going to use these little things right here. They're little discs. If you have pennies, whatever, it's totally fine. You are going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. We're going to need 5 counters. So I'm going to pull out 5 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And I've got those right here in front of me. I'm also going to pull out my gigantic die. This is called a die. 2 of them would be a dice. This is just 1 and it's gigantic, so we call it a die. So what I'm going to do, and on these different sides there's different numbers. So we've got 1, we've got 2, so 1, 2. Here's 3, 1, 2, 3. Here's 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we also have 6 on here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on each side. So with your counters, you are going to practice pulling together however many roll. I'm going to throw this, I'm going to see what it lands on, and then we will pull out however many counters we have. So we're going to try to do this on a video. I'm recording it with it up against a box, so we'll see how that goes. All right, here's the roll. And it came up like this, which means we have this number right here. Go ahead and take a chance, look at this video, or look at the video, see if you can count the amount of dots. It's okay to touch your thingamajig while you're counting, I don't mind. And then we're gonna turn to our counters, whichever ones you picked. I've got these, and I'm gonna pull out this many counters, see if I can remember how many. So I'm gonna put this down so you can see it. I'll put it right here. And then I'm gonna get mine ready so you can check that out. All right, so on my dice, I'm gonna come back here and point, and I'm gonna count. Whenever I do my counting and my pointing, it helps me to put my pointer finger out and touch every dot. That way I know that I'm touch counting and I'm touching it with my finger to help me remember those numbers too. So I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. I know that those numbers go in that number or order every time. So there's 4 dots on that. Let me show you what Mr. McCardle got put together with all of his counters. So what Mr. McCardle did was he took them and he pulled out that many. Can you count those counters with me? I think I'll drop this thing if I try to do it, but we'll see, we'll see. All right, I'm gonna get my pointer finger ready so I can double count them. 1, 2, 3, 4. Did Mr. McCardle get it right? Did I have 4 here? Were there 4 on the dice? Mr. McCardle did get it right. It doesn't happen all the time. It does happen most of the time, and it definitely happened this time. Did it happen for you? Did you manage to get 4 of those counters out when I rolled that dice? If you did, good job. If you didn't, good job too. You are well on your way to learning how to do this better and better. We're gonna keep practicing. Let's try another number. Let's see what happens when I roll it again. Whew. Oh. He rolled it. It came up like this. I'm gonna go ahead and look at that. I'm gonna show it to you. Make a guess as to how many that is. I'm gonna touch count it. I'm gonna go 1. That's it. There's only 1 dot. So you're gonna take your counters. You're gonna pull out that many dots to see if you can do it. Mr. McCardle thinks that you can do it. I believe in you. I'm gonna put something down. Go ahead and get yours ready. Then we're gonna check it. All right, Mr. McCardle's got it done. Hopefully you have it done as well. Let's check it. Woo! And Mr. McCardle got out 1. And on our dice, it said 1, 1, 1. So we match. We're very lucky. Let's do it one more time. And we ended up getting, as high as you can go. Go ahead and count those with your fingers. Touch your pad. See if you can count those. All right, now I'm going to put it right here. I'm going to get mine ready so we can check them. I'm going to use red this time. Go ahead and get your counters ready. See if you can get the right amount of counters out. Put them down in front of you. And I'm going to show you the correct answer, what I have. Let's see if it matches. I'm going to touch count because I want to make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 right there. Let's check our dice again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Mr. McCardle did manage to match it up. Hopefully you managed to match it up as well. That is a game that you can practice just to do your counting. If you have a die at home, you can practice that at home. If you don't, you can just pick random numbers as well. Very nice work, everybody involved. Parents, grandparents, random people off the street, whoever's helping you out, thank you so very much. Tell them thank you. Students, thank you particularly. You are working so hard. I appreciate you working so hard. Continue that good practice. Right now, it is your chance to take what you have learned and do some independent practice on your own. It's called independent practice. Whoever's working with them, it still requires a little bit of practice with help. It's as much independent practice as you can possibly do. We're going to go back to our things that we pulled out earlier. That's our shirt and our little pockets. Now, most people don't wear shirts with pockets here, but we're going to pretend today. So you get your shirt out. For this one, we are going to take our pockets that we have cut apart. They all have different numbers on them. And students are going to practice filling the pockets with their counters. So you take these things, you cut them all apart. You put on a pocket right here. Let's say you put your pocket with 4 stars or whatever on it. Then they're going to take the counters that you had used earlier, and over here on the other side of the shirt, they're going to try to match that picture. So they get one right here to look at, and then over here on it, they're going to pretend that there's another pocket, and they're going to put stuff over here on this side as well. Again, this is something that it would be nice to see a little video of like what they're thinking to send back to us on Seesaw or however we decide, or however these videos are. If you want to just take a picture of them doing it, send us a little text message, whatever. That way we kind of know how they're getting on this particular thing. Again, we're just now starting off, so it's definitely something where we're just doing our best. We're putting our best foot forward. Don't get caught up in all the make sure you get the numbers correct every time. Just see if they can get it to match on this particular one. They're putting it in, again, groups, but they're trying to match them to the pictures. So that's the big takeaway for this one. And again, thank you so very much for all your hard work. That's 2 math lessons done. You've done it. 2 math lessons. Pat yourself on the back twice, because that's 2 lessons, so you get 2 pats on the back. Go, oh, good job, good job. That was more than 2, but that's totally fine because we're all learning and growing together. Thank you so very much, and have a good day.